So with this VC02 module, you can easily connect up to 7 relays, but if you want to connect more relays, well, you can't do it with just the VC02 module, rather you will need an external microcontroller board with it. And by connecting the external microcontroller board, we'll open up a lot of new possibilities of offline voice recognition projects. Let me show you a quick demo. So we have connected the servo motor to Arduino Mega board, which is later connected to the VC02 module via UART communication. Let me show you the quick demo. Ni hao.
What can I do for you?
Set motor to 45 degree.
Okay, servo motor 45 degree.
Set motor to 90 degree.
Okay, servo motor 90 degree.
So now in the second demo, I have connected the VC02 module with the ESP32 board via UART communication, and now I can control the built-in LED offline with the voice command and online with the blink application as well. Let me show you a quick demo. So first I'll control with the blink application. As you can see, I can turn on and turn it off quite easily. Now let's try out voice commands. Ni hao.
I am here.
Turn on light.
Okay, turning on the light.
And the status is reflected in the blink application as well. Turn off the light.
Okay, turning off the light.
Isn't that amazing? And in this video, I'll show you the step-by-step process about how you can connect the VC02 module with an external microcontroller board via UART communication, and in the end, I'll show you the demo with both Arduino and ESP board. So, let's get started.
This video is sponsored by LTM, which is a PCB designer based software company. Now LTM is not just another PCB designing software, rather it's a world-class and award-winning PCB designing tool that has some features like advanced interactive routing with auto-completion, any angle routing, bus routing, phase and length tuning, follow me more, and much more, which makes it an ideal choice for PCB designing by a lot of companies. Along with this, they do also have LTM 365 that not just covers the PCB designing part but also helps with design sharing via web, sharing designs to mechanical team for product design, centralized cloud storage, and a lot more. And along with all this, they do have a very useful search engine made just for electronic components called as Octopart. Using Octopart, you can search for any components and you will be able to compare its price and availability around the globe. Not only that, you can also get the details about the components like its specifications and datasheet all at one single place. So LTM provides everything to make your production task a lot easier. So do try out all these services right now, as you'll be getting a free trial version by just clicking the link mentioned in the description. Happy making!
Okay, so coming back to this video, and now let me show you the step-by-step process of building the firmware for UART communication. For that, you first need to go to voice.aithinker.com, and here just log into your account. After that, just click on create a product. I'll select the product category as ceiling lamp. Scene will be offline and the module will be VC02. I'll name it as UART-VC02. I'll select the language as English and click on the save button. Later here in the configuration page, I'll just set the steady state noise to open for better range. And now previously what we were doing is we were selecting all the pins as GPIO, but for the UART communication we need to do a little different. What we need to do is we need to go to this pin at the 8th position and set it as UART-TX, and the pin at the 7th position will automatically set to the RX pin. Now the by default baud rate is set to 9600. We'll keep it as it is, and now we can move ahead. So here we need to provide the wake up word, so I'll provide as ni hao. I'll add another one as hey pudding. Later I'll set the wake up sensitivity to as high as possible. Then here are the reply for wake up. Let's just keep it as it is. And now comes the segment where we need to provide the voice commands to do some actions, maybe controlling anything. So here for the demo, what I'll do, I'll show you the demo by controlling the servo motor and controlling a light. Let's start with the servo motor. So I'll set the behavior as servo 90. To set the servo at 90 degree, and the command will be set motor to 90 degree, and the reply will be okay servo motor 90 degree. Later I'll add another one and set the servo 45, and the command will be same, set motor to 45 degree. Reply will be okay servo motor 45 degree. Later I'll add another command, but this time for turning on and off the light. So I'll name it as light on, and the command will be turn on light. Simple. Okay, turning on the light is the reply, and the last one is for light off. Command will be turn off light, and the reply will be okay turning off the light. Perfect. Now comes the segment of control details where we need to provide what action to be performed when the command is recognized. So what I'll do, let's start with the servo 90, and here I'll click on add control, and previously we were selecting as the GPIO, but this time we'll select as UART TX. Action will be sent, and here we need to provide the hexadecimal values, which can be any character between 0 to 9 and A to F. But there are some rules which are mentioned here, that it should not be in the plain text format, rather it should be in a format of a pair of 2 with the spaces in between. So I will give the hexadecimal value for this command as A1 space 90. You can choose any hexadecimal commands, you just need to follow the rules. So I'll click on OK, and it is set for the 90 degree. Similarly for the 45 degree, I'll again select the UART TX, click on the send button, and the command will be A1 space 45. Click on OK. Later for the light, what I'll do, I'll follow the same steps, and here I'll provide the command as AA11, and the last one for light off, the command which I'll set is AA00. Again, let me tell you, these are all the custom hexadecimal values I have set for the demo project. You can choose according to your project needs. And yes, those are the hexadecimal commands which will be sent to your main microcontroller board by the VC02 module. Later, all the settings will be the same as before, like recognize sensitivity as high as possible. We'll set all the option and put it on the right side so that this can also be recognized without the wake up command. And here we need to select the speaker. I'll keep the first one with the volume 100, speed of speech as 50, and brightness as 50 again. Now here we need to put the broadcast message. I will type the message as welcome to techiesms studios. Here's the reply for quit, here's the quit command, and here's the reply for the quit command. Let's just keep it as it is. Click on make new version, click on OK, and here I'll select build SDK. Okay, it says SDK is building, and it may take anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes for building the firmware. So let's just wait for it.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so as you can see, the firmware is successfully built, and now I'll click on the download firmware button, which will download the firmware file. Now as you can see, I've shifted to the Windows system because those who use the VC02 model must be knowing that the firmware uploading tool is only available for Windows system. It's not available yet for the Mac system. And the firmware file is successfully downloaded. So now I'll go to my downloads folder. I'll extract this file here. And here is our firmware file. Now we need to have the flasher tool, which I have already downloaded. I'll put the download link of that tool in the description. Here is that tool. I'll just open it up, click on yes. And now I'll click here and select the firmware file which I have just downloaded, which is in this folder, the last one. And in my case, the VC02 model is already connected with my computer, hence it is showing as COM10. Now I'll click on this button, and as soon as it starts, I will just press the reset button once so that it starts flashing the firmware inside our module.
A few minutes later.
Welcome to techiesms studios.
And with this, we have successfully flashed the firmware. And now let me show you the coding onto your main controller, like how you can compare the hexadecimal value coming from the VC02 module. Now the programming part for the main controller side is really very simple and straightforward, and I'll show you the programming for both Arduino and the ESP board. Starting with the Arduino first, then here I have shown the demo by attaching the servo motor, which we will be controlling with our voice commands. So I have attached the servo motor at the digital pin 9, as you can see, and later I have begin the serial communication at 9600 baud rate. Now here I have just used the serial.begin and not use any other hardware serial port or even the software serial. It's just because first of all, software serial is not working with the VC02 model. I don't know why, but I tried doing the software serial with different pins, but I was not getting any response. Secondly, I haven't used the hardware serial in this because majority of you people will use the VC02 model with the help of the Arduino Uno board. And as you all know, Arduino Uno doesn't have the hardware or external hardware serial other than this serial.begin. Hence, I have chosen this example so that you can try out in your Arduino Uno board quite easily. In my case, I'm using the Arduino Omega board, but still I'll be using this serial.begin function only. Later in the loop part, we are just waiting for the serial data. Once we get any data from the serial port, that means the VC02, it will print as data from VC02 and will store the high byte and low byte data. Later it will merge that data and store it in the received value variable. Now this is the hexadecimal value coming from the VC02 side. Later what we are doing is we are comparing whether the data is A190 or whether the data is A145. In case it is A190, we are just making the servo motor to go to 90 degree. And in case it is A145, we are just making the servo motor to go at 45-degree angle. And lastly, we are just making the received value variable as 0. That's this simple code, and you can also increase the number of condition based upon the number of voice commands you are adding into the firmware part. So that was all about the Arduino code. And now let me show you the code for the ESP board. So for the ESP, I made an amazing example code which will control the inbuilt LED with the help of the Blink IoT platform with internet, and with the help of the VC02 model with your voice commands without internet. So let me take you to the example. So it's pretty common, like it's all about the Blink configuration that is provided here. Later, the SID name and password of the Wi-Fi router to make it talk with internet. Later, in the setup part, here I have used the serial.begin and serial2.begin as well. Now, ESP32 development board has an external UART 2 port onto the board on which we can connect the VC02 model. So here I have chosen this 2 different serial communication. Later, we are just running the Blink application in the background, and we are also waiting for any data coming from the serial 2 port, which is the VC02 module. Once we get the data, we are doing the same things as we did before, storing it into the received value variable, and later we are comparing whether the data is 8811 or whether the data is 8800. If it is 8811, we are just making the digital pin high and also sending the real-time data to the virtual pin V0 on our Blink cloud. And in case the data is 8800, we are making the digital pin low and sending its real-time data to the Blink cloud server. And in case we are sending the data from the Blink cloud, this function will be called and we will be able to control the LED with the help of these many lines of code, which is a basic Blink IoT example code. So those were the 2 codes, and here I'll upload both the codes into respective boards. And now let me show you it's working in action. So for the first demo, I have connected the Arduino Mega board, the VC02 module and the servo motor according to this connection diagram. Now let's try out some commands. Ni hao.
What can I do for you?
Set motor to 45 degree.
Okay, servo motor 45 degree.
Set motor to 90 degree.
Okay, servo motor 90 degree.
So that's how we can easily control this servo motor with our voice commands, which was not at all possible directly with the VC02 module. And now let me show you its demo with the Blink IoT cloud. So first, let's test out with the voice commands. Ni hao.
I am here.
Turn on the light.
Okay, turning on the light.
As you can see, the light got turned on, and also we got to see the status in the Blink app. Turn off the light.
Okay, turning off the light.
And it's quite responsive. Now we can control this with the help of the Blink IoT cloud as well. This is working with internet and without internet as well. Interesting, isn't it? So that's how you can connect any external microcontroller board with the VC02 module and can make some amazing projects out of it. And the best part is, all the components used in this video like the VC02 module, Arduino board, servo motor, ESP32 board or even the micro USB data cable, everything is available on our website at the best prices on internet, whose link you can find in the description of this video. So do purchase them all only from techiesms.com, and with this you will be indirectly supporting us for making such free educational content for you on YouTube. And yeah, that was it about this video. So many of you people requested me to make the video about connecting external controller, and hence we made it for you. So I hope you really liked it, and if it's so, do click the like button and also share your thoughts in the comments about what kind of projects will you be making by attaching the external microcontroller with the VC02 model. Share your thought in the comments, and I'm just ending this video here, and now just wait for my next video, and then explore, learn, share with me, techiesms.